Right. Good evening, ළමයි හැමෝටම. අයිබෝවන් දුපතේ. සිතුල් කොහමද?
ස්පෝර්ට්ස් පිට් තිබ්බද පුතේ ඉස්කෝලේ? කොහමද?
අද ස්පෝර්ට් පිට් තිබ්බද නැත්නම් ඊයේ තිබ්බද? කොහොමද තත්ත්වය? No. Right. Okay. Right. Today is the 25th of the February, the last week of this month. And today we are going to discuss about the revision paper 5, right? Model paper 5. Now we are going to discuss our model paper 5. Right, I already upload the PDF file into the LMS system. හැමදාම කියනවා වගේ මම හැමදාම කලින් දවසේ කියන්නේ Monday I already upload the PDF file into the LMS system. එතකොට download කරගන්න හැකියාව ඔයගලන්ට තියෙනවා. එතකොට විස්තර පේනවා. මම screen එකටත් දානවා question by question. එකක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් එතකොට. Right? Now I am going to discuss. Right. This is our first question. I'm going to choose like these questions because I want to remind, I want to revise the knowledge about the angles in a circles, right? Right. Look at the question number 1. AB is a diameter of the circle with center is O. Center is O. And question number 1 is what is the magnitude of the APB? And find the magnitude of the ABP. There are two questions, right? මිනිත්තුවක් දෙන්නම්, right? මිනිත්තුවක් දෙන්නම්. අපි try කරලා බලමු උත්තර දෙක හොයමු. බලමු chat එකට දාන්න තරක් ගාලා answers, right? 1 minute. ඊට පස්සේ මම revise කරන්න grade 10 එකේ knowledge එක පොඩ්ඩක් board එකේ, right? හරියට? Put the answers into the chat box. Right. දැන් බලමු වැඩි. Now listen everyone. Everyone listen. This was knowledge about the angles in the circles in the grade 10. මේ theories ටික හරි වැදගත්. බලමු. Number 1. Number 1 is this one is a circle and this is a center. The angle subtended at the center is this one is equal to the 2 times of the angle subtended at the circumference, and this one is x. Therefore, this one becomes as a 2x. This is the first scenario. right? Now look at this one. Look at this one. The other side. අපි අනිත් පැත්ත ගමු. Look at the center, and I'm going to take this sector. This one becomes either the angle subtending the circumference, the other side. This one becomes as x, and this one becomes as a 2x. That's the first scenario. The angle subtending the center is a 2 times of the subtending the other side. It becomes circumference. If you get a circumference, okay, then do it. Decimal is. Number two. Number two. Look at this. Here is a and here is a B. This one we called as a chord. නේද? මෙන්න කියන chord එකක්. අපි කියනවා sector of a circle. මෙයාට මේ බලන්න මෙයා portion එකක්. All angles are equals in the same segments. මේ බලන්න. එකම side එකේ හැදුනේ. හරි? That one subtended in the same segments. Therefore, we call as a angles in the same segments are equals. මේත් එක්කම අනිත් පැත්තකට බලමු. Look at the other side. Look at the other sides. Here's a A, there is a B, and AB becomes as a chord. Look at this. These angles are also equals. මේ පැත්තේ හැදෙන ඒවාත් equals. But this one and this one are not equals. මේ දෙන්නගේ values සමාන නැහැ. These three things are equals in their values, and these three things are equals in their values. Right? Number two. The number three. In the great chain, look at this. This one's very easy. Here is a O, and this one becomes A, and this one becomes B. And I'm going to join the AB through the point, and AB we called as a diameter. අපි යට කියනවා diameter එක. නියමයි. මෙන්න බලන්න වැඩි. The angles in the semicircles becomes 90 degrees. This one we call as a semicircle. අපි යට කියනවා semicircle එක. නේද? Right. Now look at our first question. AB is a diameter of a circle with center O. Now look at this. This is our question. And this is a circle with center is a O, and the AB becomes as a diameter like this. මෙන්න පුතේ AB කියන්නේ diameter එක. Now you know angles subtended in a semicircles becomes as a 90 degrees. Now definitely මෙන්න මෙතන 90 වෙනවා. අනිවාර්යෙන් 90 because why in the theorem number 3 නේ diagonally කරගත්ත angles in the semicircles are 90 degrees. Therefore this one becomes as a 90 degrees. And so and AB becomes as a diameter. ඔන්න මාර ලේසි. මෙයා කවුද? මෙයා P. Therefore question number 1 becomes APB. Very easy නේ. අයියෝ APB becomes 90 degrees. What's the reason? Angle in a semicircle. Angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. The right angle කියලා යන්නත් පුළුවන්. Angle in a semicircle, right? Angles in a semicircle. Subtended as a semicircle. Number 2. And we know here is a 90 and angle A becomes as a 70 degrees. මේක නම් ඕන පොඩි ළමයට හදන්න පුළුවන් නේ සිතු. Yes. The remaining portion, how to find this value? APB. And we know the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Right? Now we can write as the equation ABP, angle ABP plus 70 degrees plus 90 degrees becomes equals 180 degrees. Now ABP equals 180 minus the sum of these two things, 90 and 70 becomes 160. And angle ABP equals to the 20 degrees. මෙන්න උත්තරයක් ආවන 20 degrees කියලා. right? මම හිතනවා මේක ලස්සනට තේරුණා කියලා නේද? මේ කවුද? Angles in a triangle. In a triangle ABP. Angles in the triangle ABP. Right? First question එක. මතක් වුණාද grade 10? Yeah. සිතුන් කොහොමද? Yeah. Yes, right. මේක අනිවාර්යයෙන් පුතේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ 2-hour paper. And part A, there are 25 questions, right? In a part 1, මතකයිනේ paper 1 එක. And the part A, there are 25 questions. And these type questions අනිවාර්යෙන් එනවා. ගොඩ දා ගන්න ඕනේ. Angles කියන්නේ මාර වැදගත් lesson එකක් geometric lessons. නේද? Questions එනවනේ ගොඩක්. Equations ටික ගොඩ දා ගන්න අනිවාර්යෙන්. හරිද? මේමයි වැඩි. First one එක මතක නැත්නම් note down එකක් දාගමු. These types, right? Angles in same segments, angles in semicircles. අපි මෙතන use කරේ එක theorem එක. Angles in semicircles becomes right angle. Therefore, APB 90 degrees. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle becomes as 108. That theorem becomes as a grade 8, right? Grade 9. අපි චුටි කාලේ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා ඒවා. හරි පුතේ. Note down එකක් දාගමු ලස්සනට. This is the first question. With a thumbs up. Well done. Now, question number 2. ඔන්න මම ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් ඔලුවට යන්න ඕන නිසා I choose the second one as the same one, same theories, right? In these scenarios, in these theorems. Now we have to follow these theorems to solve this question, right? Now, listen. The 3 points A, B, and C are located on the circle with center O. Using the information given in the figure, find the value of the x. Right. But try එකක් දෙන්න බාන්න. Right. The theorems ටික follow කරන්න. Follow the theorems and find the answer for x. හරිය? බලමු. try කරමු. answer එක දාමු බලන්න. recordings වල ළමයි time එක අරගෙන වැඩි කරන්න අනිවාර්යයෙන්. right. skip කර කර යන්න එපා. වැඩේ කරන්න. තනියම try කරලා බලන්න කොහොමද පුළුවන්ද කියලා. X becomes 30. Right. Now we are going to discuss. බලමු වැඩි. This is a circle with center O, and this one becomes 120. The angle subtended at the center. නේද? මේ බලන්න center එක. ඔන්න මතක් වෙනවා. Right? Center is O. Very good. And this one becomes 90. Right, like this. Alright. Here's a B and A, and here's X. Another one X. Wow, easy වැඩේ. Easy peasy. අපෙන් අහන්නේ angle X. Right. Then very easy වැඩේ. හරි පුතේ. බලන්න වැඩේ. මේ බලන්න. Look at this one. මේ බලන්න. AOB is the angle subtended at the center. නේ. Center එකේ හැදෙන්නේ. මේ දෙකම පටන් අරන් subtended at the circumference එකේ හැදුණා. Other side එකේ මේ. මෙයාගේ මේ direction එකේ. Now this one becomes as half of the angle subtended at the center. Therefore, this one 120. Then also becomes angle C equals. We can BCA. Angle BCA becomes as a 60. Yeah, 60 කියලා ආවා. දැන් ඉතින් වැඩේ ලේසි. The sum of the triangle, නේද? Angles in the triangle becomes as 180. Now 90 plus 60 plus X. X plus 90 plus 60 becomes 180. Now X equals 180 minus 150. Finally, X becomes 30 degrees. නියමයි. උත්තරේ ගත්තානේ. සුපරි. Super. Right. හදාගන්න බැරි ළමයි ටික ලස්සන ලියාගමු වැඩේ. මට තේරුණා. අපි කලින් කරපු theory එක use කරා. Angles subtended at the center is 2 times of the subtended at the circumference. Therefore, 120 divided by 2 becomes as a 60. මෙයා 60 ආව එහෙමයි. And this one is a triangle. නේද? ඒ triangle එකෙන් වැඩේ ගන්න. ගොඩ. ලියමු ඉක්මනට. Done. Right. Third one. Niyamai. Right. This one is very important part in the grade 9, grade 10, and the O levels. O levels වලත් මාර වැදගත් තැනක් ගන්නවා මේක. හරිද? අනිවාර්යෙන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවනේ. බලමු. Graph කියන්නේ very important lesson. It's a graph. Find the gradient of the straight line shown in the figure and write its equation. හරිද? try එකක් දෙන්න බලන්න ඊට පස්සේ මම tricks ටිකක් කියලා දෙන්නම්. super tricks ටිකක්. අපි බලමු try එක. First you have to find the gradient and you have to write the equation. Therefore you need to find the value of the intercept as well as intercept. You need to find the intercept. Gradient and intercept. මේ දෙක හොයාගත්තොත් තමයි ඔයාට equation එක ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Then you can find the equation. First you have to find the gradient and the intercept. Then write the equation. Try එකක් දෙමු බලමු. අනිවාර්යෙන් එනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක්. නොලෙන්ච් එක නැත්තම් මේක හදන්න ළමයි දාන්න මැසේජ් එකක්. සර් මේක නම් මතක නැහැ. I can't remember sir. Right? ටයිම් එක දෙන්නේ හදන්න. Okay. Try. Try करो. හැමෝම try करो. නමුත් උත්තර තනියම. ඊට පස්සේ මිස්ටේක්ස් තිබ්බොත් හදාගමු. අලුතෙන් ට්‍රික්ස් ටිකක් තිබ්බොත් ඒ ට්‍රික්ස් ටික අල්ලගමු. තනියෙන් try කරමු. Right. Your answer becomes as a y equals x plus 4. Right. Now I am going to discuss. Now I am going to discuss. Malum ready. Now listen. The question is the question is this one is a y axis and this one becomes as x axis. This one is a 0 1. එතන මේක coordinate එක කෙලින්ම දීලා තියෙනවා. This one is a 1, this one is a 0. The coordinate of this point becomes as a 0 1. මාරලේසින එක දීලත් එක්ක 0 1. And the next one becomes as a element method 6, and this one becomes as a 4. Method 4. And the coordinate of this point becomes as a 6 4. දෙකම දීලා තියෙනවා. Right. දැන් බලමු වැඩි. දැන් හොඳට අහගන්න. බෝඩ් එක පේනවා. Right. Now listen. these types මාර්ගල ඒස් විදිහක් තියෙනවා. Right. මෙන්න පුතේ point number 1. Number 1. Gradient these types questions. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ this one is an acute angle with positive side of the x-axis. Then angle becomes as an acute angle. මෙයා කවුද? Acute. Therefore, gradient අපි කියනවා මෙයා gradient and this one becomes m should be equal to the positive. Right? The other thing about these ones, the other thing is look at the graph y and this one's x like this. Now angle with the positive side of the x-axis becomes as an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. Therefore, gradient becomes negative. Right? And the special point is intersection points of the y-axis. Intersection point of y, and that one known as a C. Who is a C? Intercept. එයාට අපි කියනවා intercept කියලා. Right? එහෙනම් මේ ඉන්නේ කවුද? This one becomes as a C. This one becomes as a C. එයා තමයි C කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? මේක ඔළුවේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. The first scenario. And the second one is second scenario becomes as how to find the gradient. How to find the gradient. Gradient is equals to the gradient. Difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates. Make ඔළුවේ තියෙන්නත් ඕන. This is a method how to find the gradient. Difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates. Right? Now we have two coordinates points. Now question එකට යන්න. Right? This is the answer. මම ගන්නවා ඉස්සලාම gradient හොයන්න යන්න. How to find the gradient. Method number 1. This is method number 1. Using the formula. What is the formula? Difference of y coordinates divided by difference of x coordinates. Divide by difference of x coordinates. Now tell me, what is the difference of the y coordinates? Look at this. Look at this. 0, 1 and 6, 4. 0, 1 and 6 4. පුතේ මේ අහගන්නකො වැඩි. මේ කවුද? This one is the x coordinates. And this one is the y coordinates. Now, how to find the difference of y coordinates? You have to subtract 1 from the 4. Now, 4 minus 1 කියලා දානවා. ළමයා තෝරගන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලාම 4. 4 minus 1. Now, x becomes as a 6 minus 0. 6 minus 0. පටලවලා දාන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? First you have to choose the 4. Then secondly you have to choose the 6. පටලවන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේකේ 4 අරන් මේක 0 ගන්න බෑ. එහෙම බෑ. Right? Y and minus 1 and the 6 minus 0. Now what is the answer? Then the answer becomes 4 minus 1 is 3 and 6 minus 0 6. Now final answer becomes as 3 and 6 we can simplify 1 over 3. දැන් අපිට පේනවා මේ ඉන්නේ පුතේ gradient එක. එහෙනම් පුතා දාපු උත්තරේ නම් වැරදි. Because why? Gradient is equals to 1 over 3. ඔක තමයි එන්නේ 1 over 3. This is a method number 1 how to find the gradient using the difference between කවුද? Difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates. Right. සිතුන් පුතාට මේක තේරුණාද? Yes, very good, right? Very good. Now this is method number 1. තව එකක් කියලා දෙන්න. Using this knowledge about these ones. මේක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Now look at the graph firstly. This one like comes here. එහෙනම් අපි දාන්නවා පුතේ මේක යන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා නේ. එයා යනකොට අපිට පේන හැදෙන්නේ acute triangle එකක්. Therefore this one should be a have positive gradient. Positive gradient එකක් තියෙනවා. Right? Now I am going to find the length of the y divided by the length of the x. මේ y කියන length එක x එකෙන් divide කරනවා. මේ බලන්න. මම ගන්නවා method number 2. Look at this. Here's a y, here's a x. This one becomes as a 4 and this one becomes 1 and this one becomes 0 and this one becomes 6. Right. Now I'm going to divide y and x. Right? Gradient should be a positive. And a final point. Gradient should be a positive. Therefore, how to find the gradient? The y. Y කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කැල්ල පුතේ. කීයද? අපිට තේරෙනවා මේ 4 and 1 එහෙනම් මෙතන height එක 3. 0 to 6. 0 to 6 becomes a 6. බිඳුවේ ඉඳන් 6 වෙනකම්. එයාගේ length එක 6යි. Now y divided by x. එහෙනම් උත්තරේ කෙලෙම වෙනවා මෙයා positive 1 over 3 කියලා. Positive 1 over 3. This is method number 2. තව method එකක් තියෙනවා. පටල ගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ. හරිද? Right? These are the points. Right. අපි ලස්සනට ඉස්සල්ලාම කවුද? මේක හොයාගමු. Right? මේක හොයාගමු. ඒ කියන්නේ කවුද? How to find the gradient. Gradient හොයාගත්ත විදිහ. සිදු. ලස්සන note එකක් දාගමුද මේක? මේ ටික ලස්සනට වටිනවනේ නියමයි. Right? හැමෝම ලස්සන note එකක් දාගමු. දුවේ පුතේ හැමෝටම මේ ටික තේරෙනව නේද? කොහමද? thumbs up එකක් දෙන්න තේරෙනව නම් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න ඕනේ ආ. right? නියමයි. done. නියමයි. වෙලාව තියෙන්නේ. right. තාම ඉවරනේ. right? What is the form? The form is equals to the අපි දන්නවා මෙයාගේ form එක එන්න ඕනේ y equals mx plus c. Y equals mx plus c. Now c is the intercept. Intercept එක නම් හොයන්න පුදුම දාලා මෙතෙන්ට එකක් කියලා දුන්නා. Intersection points of the y axis. අයියෝ මේවා. Where is the y axis? මේ තියෙන්නේ. Here is the intersection point. Therefore, what is the value? 1. එහෙනම් මට කෙලින්ම ලියන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ intercept equals c equals කෙලින්ම ලිව්වා 1 කියලා. ඒක තමයි method number 1. හරිම නැති. But we have another method. තව method එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකත් අහගන්නකො. Method number 2. How to find the intercept. And we know y equals mx plus c. Now I am going to substitute, right? Value for a y, m and x. Now tell me, what is the value for the c? How to find the c? You have to make the main subject as a c. Therefore, mx go to the next slide, other side. Then c is equals to y minus mx. මෙන්න පුතේ නා c කියන කෙනාට ආන්සර් එකක් ආවම. කවුද? z is equals to the y minus x, mx. Now we know, here are the points. 6401, 01 and 64. This one we called as x and this one we called as a y. Main x and y. Right? We have two values for x. x එකට පුතේ values දෙකක් තියෙනවා. 0 තියෙනවා 6 තියෙනවා. Right? ඊළඟ කෙනාටත් එහෙමයි. y is equals 1 or 4. එහෙනම් මම කෙලින්ම දානවා x becomes 0 and y becomes 0 or y becomes 1. Now tell me, c equals y is a 1 minus m is a gradient. Gradient is equals to 1 over 3. 1 over 3 times 0. Now we call as a 1 minus 0. C equals 1. C equals 1. ඔන්න වට ඉන්ටර්සෙප්ට් එකක් ආවා. දැන් අපි ඉන්නේ ෆයිනල් ස්ටෙප් එකේ. equation part එක. Equation. Now how to find the equation? Y equals mx plus c. Therefore y equals m is a positive. Gradient is a positive. 1/3. Therefore 1 over 3 times x plus 1. This is a equation. This is equation. නියමයි වැඩේ දැක්කද පුතේ එහෙනම් ඔන්න ඔය තමයි equation එක එන්නේ සිතුල් වැඩේ තේරෙනවද? Yes sir, very good. අපි ලියාගමු. This is the answer for a equation. Right. Now we are going to the next question. එක නම් lazy. Area and perimeter grade 10, right?